How you doing, people? This is your R&B ambassador. Yeah, it's me, Trevor Nelson, and you're watching Guestlist Network.
Alright, welcome to our show at the Guestlist Network, and I'm here with a very special guest, none other than the man Trevor Nelson. How you doing,
It's
sir?
good to be here, man. I'm chilling, mate.
Yeah?
I'm relaxing, yeah.
Wicked. Well, you've been nice enough to invite us down to your house. It was a great lunch. Thank you very much for that.
He didn't eat anything, trust me. He didn't eat a thing.
We're yet to taste out your cooking, but no, it's good to be here. Now, I've been listening to you since I was a little nipper. I've had you on the radio. How long have you been in this game, man?
I've been 2.5 decades at least.
Wow.
At least. And as a sort of professional DJ, I'm in my 21st year.
Nice.
This is my 21st year, so yeah.
Now, you know, it's quite likely that you are one of the biggest DJs in the country, man. Or if not the biggest DJ in the country. How on earth did you get into this, man? How did it
Well, I didn't want to be a DJ, that's for sure. I just was obsessed with buying music, and just when I was 13, I went nuts on collecting records, vinyl. I was like a proper vinyl junkie. When you talk about junkie, I mean, my bus fare, my dinner money, hence I'm so slim. And I don't know, music just hooked me in. I didn't even plan it to be a living. I think that's why I ended up doing it as a living, because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
That I just found people asking me to if I wanted to be on a pirate station. Yeah. I got invited to work at a record shop.
Yeah.
And it was based on, I was really young and I had a lot of knowledge. I taught I just used to buy vinyl and turn it around and read everything on it, and I used to find myself going an extra mile, for music. So
you've always been a bit of a vinyl.
Yeah. Anything I was into it. I did a couple of parties, and before I knew it, Kiss FM Pirate had started. You
were one of the first.
But I heard about it first. It started, a couple of DJs I really liked, like Paul Anderson was like my favourite DJ at the time, Norman J, and they were on that station. So it's a myth to say I started that station. I didn't start that station, but I joined a few months after it started, and I remember being invited to join because a couple of people had come to my party and said, "Oh, it's got tunes and stuff." And then when I joined it, again, I just took it quite seriously, It was music, so I was really into it. And before I knew it, I was a shareholder. The station was coming out of my girlfriend's bedroom at one point for 3 months, and she left me.
No surprises there.
She left me. I offered to put the station in her flat without asking her, really, so I lost her. And it was just all about the hobby. I loved it.
Nice. So you actually running Kiss FM for your?
Well, it was being run. It was being run from. At one point, it was being run from Leytonstone, Cattle Estate, 19 floors up.
Wow.
That was where I lived at that time, and it didn't have a license. And we applied for a license. We had to take 2 years off broadcasting. Jazz FM got the first license. Yeah. We were absolutely devastated because we thought the country needed a dance station, especially London. And then we got a license, man, and in 1990 we started broadcasting, and it was just probably a day that changed my life in terms of, that was the day I became a professional DJ. I was being paid to play music on a station for the first time. A lot of my friends liked R&B, rare groove and hip hop, but that wasn't where the money was. The money was in dance music. Yeah. There were guys I knew going off to Ibiza, this new island that everyone was talking about. There was just DJs dropping soulful music straight away and just being caught up in house. Not just for the money, I'm saying there's the drug thing. There was the buzz of people out in fields. I went to some of those raves on the M25 where there's 20,000 people, 10,000 people turn up in a field, and you knew about the rave 3 days ago. And somehow they pulled it off, and you could see, and people were paying £25 a ticket for that, and it was crazy. It was absolutely insane, and yet the music I loved was always in a 200 capacity club. Even though we're in the middle of London, you're still in a 200, 300 capacity club. It's always quite cheap to get in. It's always no lighting. It's just the sound might be dodgy. And it's always been the underground. Always been the underdog music, should I say, when it comes to clubbing. I actually think bars and clubs, that law about bars opening really late, is killing clubland. and I feel for the club owners. You know, we've got a lot of big clubs going into liquidation, and even smaller clubs, because the clubbing process has changed.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of up-and-coming DJs complaining to me that they feel like jukeboxes now, because all they play to is drunk people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I have a feel, in a way, I wish that could be redressed a little bit, so that bars stay closed a little bit, close a little earlier. And if you want to go to a club, you go to a club. You separate the two. Separate the two things.
Okay.
Don't blur them the way they're being blurred, because I think Clubland's going to die, and I think it'll be dead in no time, apart from the little underground clubs, but clubs in general are probably going to die. That's for the future DJs, because I don't think there's going to be a need for them. I stuck with R&B. I got on Radio 1 as an R&B DJ. Yeah. I resisted any opportunity to do daytime Radio 1. I had a chance. I never took it, but because I felt, you know, I've got to stay true to my roots. And then I got, what saved it for me was MTV. MTV came in, offered me a show. They didn't have a show like that, and that changed everything for me, because although I knew R&B was only still in small clubs, as big as the music was, you have to remember, no DJ is going to be bigger than R. Kelly. No DJ is going to be bigger than Mary J. No DJ is going to be bigger than Usher. So you're just going to be the messenger. Whereas with dance music, Pete Tong's bigger than 99% of all the artists he ever plays. Because half the acts he plays may not have an album. They're just sort of one hit or two hit wonders. And so the DJs in that scene became bigger than the music and became like the ambassadors of the music. Whereas me, if I say, you know, I'm an R&B DJ or hip hop DJ, I can name you 100 artists that people faint over. They never faint over the DJ. You get what I'm saying? Because we're just playing music until that artist comes along and does a concert, and then people realise why we like that artist, because he's doing a massive performance. You don't get that in other types of music. You get it more nowadays, but so that's how it always was. Was
there a moment that positively, though, you saw this massive opportunity for that space in the mainstream, and you step up and said, right, I'm gonna...
Well, yeah, no, I think when I got the Radio 1 gig, it was like, boy, I've got a mission, man. I'm on a mission. R&B, around the UK, I'm on a mission. I want to play this music. You know, let everyone know that hip-hop and soul have met and formed this new form of R&B, and this is what it is. But then when MTV came and you could visually see it, the videos, the lifestyle a bit more, you know, the culture of the music more, I could sense at that point, everything went up a notch for me, you know, as in me as a DJ and everything. People wanted to see me DJing or throw parties in their town, and it was, the whole movement was crazy. We did lick parties and they were huge. Every party we did sold out literally in days, and we did parties from 1,200 people to 5,000 in the UK, you know, just, we could have done Wembley Arena at one point. It was silly, it was getting silly. But I think it was because people hadn't really had it on that scale, you know, and I was lucky to have 2 national platforms, and you know, I broke through with it, and it was cool. It was really good for quite a few years, so you know, I'm happy with it.
So you still doing TV?
TV and me don't really go together at the moment. I did 11 years on MTV. I had the best time. They had the best show, and I'm not bigging myself up, but the Lick, I dare find another black music show ever to rival that show. And we did 11, we went around 40 countries around the world, and they chose to let it go. I do a show a day on 1Extra every morning, 10 till 1, and I love it. I'm absolutely enjoying that, and I do one on Radio 2 on Wednesday nights, which is a soul show. And it's mainly aimed at over 30s, you know.
Right.
And I play a little bit of new, but mainly old school. I love that as well. Nice. And I do Radio 1 on Saturday.
Nice.
7 o'clock. I've done Saturdays for years.
So you must be one of the longest running DJs on there, right?
I've been at Radio 1 since '96. I want to be on radio until I die. I will be. I think radio. I think I was born to be on radio. No more hesitation.